everybody, it's your girl Selena coming at you with another video. Getting ready for bed, that's why I got the scarf on. But today I just wanted to touch on a few keynotes that I feel are so important for people, especially women who are looking to get married. So in vetting a man, you really want to pay a lot of attention to 5 key things. You want to look at that man's spirituality, his mental state, his emotional state, his physical state, and his financial state. Now, I'm going to break these down. So when I say you want to look at a man's spirituality, you want to see what it is that he believes in so that you can see if you're equally yoked. Does he believe in God? Does he have a connection to a higher power? Because if he has a connection to a higher power, that means that he has a sense of connection to source and God. Therefore, that is what is going to guide him. That is what's going to be his head, because his head is God. Then that means he is a man of God. So then he's going to use that in direction of your relationship and how he guides you and your children and your household. Then, like I said, mentally, is he mentally stable? Is he mentally healed? Does he have any mother wounds that need to be healed? Because he will punish you through his mother. Is he mentally in a state where he is in his masculine frame, chasing his purpose? Okay? Not chasing ass, not chasing material things, chasing something that he actually feels as though he benefits from and gives value into this world, something that he loves to do. Okay? Now, emotionally, is he emotionally stable? Does he know how to manage his emotions? Does he know how to navigate through his emotions so that he can have enough within himself to keep himself stable and calm so that he can also help you in your journey and guide you and your children? And then you move on to one of the last of the most important points, which is physically. Is he physically strong? Is he able to protect? Does he know how to bear arms? Does he know how to fight? Will he be able to protect you in the case of an emergency? And then financially, ideally we want a stable man, but there's also nothing wrong with wanting to build with a man. That is actually a really beautiful thing to me because it means that the love is genuine, it's pure, and you're in it for the right reasons. You know what I mean? So as long as he's willing to put in the work, so that you can have a stable household and come together and make 50-50 work so that, a little bit of pressure can be off of you, a little bit can be off of him. You all come together, meet in the middle, and you're able to build an empire, and he has a vision and he has something that he wants to do in his life and he's ambitious and working towards it. There's nothing wrong with that. That's actually very beautiful. And then you want to think of the idea. All these things are so important because you want to be equally yoked. If you're equally yoked, that means you are compatible. It means you have similar, if not the same, belief systems. So you won't have to bump heads as much. The idea is that also, do you like his personality? Do you like him for him? Because that's the most important thing. Because a man can lose everything. But as long as his mind is stable and he's a good person in his heart and in his spirit, that's what really matters. So that's what's going to guide you through life. You want to be with a person that you actually genuinely love, that you could just be in their presence and their energy, and it's just like bliss. It's like heaven on earth when you have a peaceful partner. You know what I'm saying? The idea is that you have so much love in yourself that you can pour into another person, and then together you'll have so much to love mutually to pour, and that's where children come from, or they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So if you have a man that's mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially healthy, wealthy, abundant, whole, healed, safe, he's able to provide, protect, cares for you, loves you unconditionally, is there for your trials and tribulations, tries to balance you out when you're low and vice versa, guides you, has a masculine frame, cares for you wholeheartedly, wants the best for you, wants to see you grow and succeed as a woman and whatever it is that you want to do, nurtures you, grows you like the garden that you are, feeds you like the garden that you are, so that you can give him more plants and more fruit, which from your womb, children. Does he want children? Do y'all want the same shit out of life? Do you want to travel? Is he even like, all the things that you like to do, the hobbies you have, does he have the same, if not similar hobbies? Do y'all both kind of have a way where you can, even if he doesn't really like art like that, he'll go to the art museum with you? It's just the little things. Do you know how to communicate with your partner? Is he in a space mentally where he can keep himself in a very neutral space where he's not pandering to your emotions or your feelings or trying to validate you, but he can also listen and be open to conversation and hearing you, even if you're not right. He'll tell you you're wrong. He'll put you in your place, but he'll hear you out at least, so that y'all can come together and feel like you're heard and seen. These are the things that are really important, because soulmates, I believe that there are people who are similar to you to where you can build easier. You know what I mean? But there's not a perfect person. Soulmates are created. You don't just find a person and then it's like, oh my God, it's so perfect. It was love at first sight. No, this is a human being, an imperfect person that has growing to do in themselves as well. So you have to understand that the idea is that there's willingness to do the work so that you could come into harmony. And even if you have problems, it's not you versus them and them versus you. It's you versus the issue that you are having, so that you can come to an understanding, so that you can have a mutual agreement. And just liking each other for who you are. It's really so simple, and we overcomplicate it. And a lot of women, they will put money ahead of all these things and then wonder why they wind up hurt. And it's just like, what do you blame men? How do you blame them? Because all you really like them for is their money anyway, so all they want is a piece of ass. This is the reality. This is what happens. This is why people are going so left with dating, because they're valuing the wrong things. They're not being honest with themselves. Or they get involved in the situationships and they ignore who a person is, because at the end of the day, you always have to deal with a person's character. I don't give a damn what you say or who you think they are. They are who they are, and nobody is perfect. So you either going to be able to be mutually able to come to an understanding with this person about the issue that you're experiencing in your relationship and keep it discretionary and keep it between you and them, or it's not there. And then also, y'all don't even look at the fact that some of the men you're trying to date for marriage don't want marriage. They don't want it, since he's not in that space or that season of his life. So if he does not want to get married or have a long-term commitment or doesn't want children, you're not going to force anybody to change. They have to want that for themselves. If they don't want it with you, or maybe they do want it and they just don't want it with you, you have to be honest with yourself. This is just the reality. This is what it is. I'm not saying nothing to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm just saying it to open your eyes. And then lastly, it's like, let's be real. Do you have the capacity to realistically be able to do the work in which it takes to be a wife and a mother? Because you're asking for something, but are you really ready for what you're asking for? You want a monogamous relationship, right? Do you know what that type of dynamic actually looks like? Being a wife and a mother while also working on self, getting in shape and pursuing and being ambitious in your career or business, it is work. Faith without work is nothing. We can't just manifest everything. Some of these things we really have to work for. You have to sacrifice a lot. It's getting up early in the morning to have breakfast ready for your kids, to have the house clean, to have your gym bag prepped so that you could go to the gym after you drop your kids off to school, to then go to work for 8 hours, come home, work on a business, cook, clean, take the babies a bath, get them in bed by a certain time so that you could do something for yourself. This is a reality. If you don't have a certain capacity and nature to yourself, how will you be a wife and a mother? Have you even worked on yourself and healed your own wounds? Because if you don't work on yourself and heal your own wounds, you will indefinitely condition your children to have the same ones that you did. Or you will damage the person that you're partnering with. You hear me? This is what happens. It's a vicious cycle. So you need to be real with yourself. Do you have a nature to be a feminine enough woman to derive that energy in order to be a certain type of wife and mother? And if you do, this is time to be self-reflective. What is it that's inside of you that needs to be healed so that you can attract the partner that you need? Is your relationship with God right? Is your energy right? Do you know how to tap into your femininity properly so that you can have a balanced household and pour not only into yourself, but into your partner and your children properly? Can you protect and provide and nurture? Do you have the willpower, the discipline that it takes to maintain yourself? Because if you want a monogamous relationship, you want your man to stay attracted to you, because sex is a very big part of a monogamous relationship. And it's a reality. There's a reality that you go through these routines every single day, and then I look at it as a privilege because you have another person you can trust your body with. But at the end of the day, a man has needs, and you do too. But men have needs. So you're also going to be looking at the fact that you have needs to fill at the end of the night as well. So you have to be honest with yourself. Do you have that energy and that capacity and the willingness to go through these routines every single day and still fulfill all the needs of this relationship, because that's what a marriage is about. We're a partnership. Sometimes you have to pour into your partner a little bit more than they pour into you because they need you, and vice versa. So sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves. Are you really in a space where you're ready for what it is that you're asking for, or do you just want it because of the idea of it? Oh, I just want to come Prince Charming and my life will be so perfect and everybody will be. No, bro, it's a reality. It's a beautiful thing. It's a magical thing. But it is some work that goes into it, because you have to maintain your relationship with yourself, keep up with yourself, maintain your relationship and your spark with your husband, maintain your relationship and bonds with your individual children, especially if you decide to have more than one. So you have to be able to pour and pour and pour and pour and pour. And if you have nothing to pour from, baby, it's not going to work out, because guess what? You're going to have an empty cup. And then when you have an empty cup, there's nothing to pour from. Now people don't get their needs met, and that's how things fall apart. So you want to be making sure, if you're vetting for marriage, look at the right things. Look at the real value. That man's intellect, his mind, his masculinity, his heart, his spirit. Is he bold? Is he courageous? Is he real? Is he genuine? That's what you want to be looking for if you say that you want marriage, because that is the man that's going to guide you in your household and your children. So I'm going to leave that on that note. I'm not going to keep up with too much of your time. All right. Please like, comment, subscribe, help us out. I got some kids, so I'm trying to monetize this stuff, learn all this YouTube stuff. So peace, love, and happiness.